Hello you guys, Samara Riviera coming to you from New York City here in the East Coast. I recently did a video about sex magic, which is kind of a controversy and a way of thinking that is really out there. Some people would say that it's, black magic and that it's not good and it's dangerous. But I didn't get any of those comments, thankfully. But I did think about that afterwards. So before those comments come in, I want to do this other video about sex and magic and what I feel it is. First of all, I have to let you know that my way of thinking comes from having been learning about the law of attraction and the secret DVD. So if you're familiar with that, then you'll understand more of what I'm talking about, hopefully. And if you're not, it's really interesting stuff that I recommend you watch videos on or do your research on, read the books. The Law of Attraction and the DVD, The Secret. Thanks to those things, I have never been happier in my life, I do have to say. So having said that, I do believe that sex is it can be a very spiritual thing, a very spiritual act, the act of sex, especially if you're doing it with someone you're in love with. But even if you're not, it still can be a very spiritual act if you know how to manage that and manage that or see it that way in a very spiritual way. What I believe is happening when you're in the act of sex, it's just kind of like you're feeling so, hopefully, you're feeling so good that it reaches your inner spirit at some point. If you really think about it, when you close your eyes, you're having the wonderful, beautiful sex with someone you love or with someone you don't love, as long as you're enjoying it and you love it and you're feeling good. So you can get in touch with your inner self and your spirit during the act of sex. I mean, that's really my opinion. Especially when you get to the point of the orgasm. And we're talking now about sex magic. It just happens to be called sex magic, whatever. It just is something beautiful, special, and spiritual. But, some people might call it sex magic. Other people might not call it sex magic. They might call it something else. Some may call it witchcraft if they're into doing, black witchcraft or white witchcraft or Wiccan or whatever. Or some might call it like in the spiritual world or the law of attraction world. They might just say it's a beautiful spiritual experience that you can have. So that's why I wanted to make this video in connection to my sex magic video, because I wanted to clear that up, because I know that some people have the belief that sex magic is black magic and evil magic and bad magic. I think it can be if you're using it, for something negative, something dark. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. And for those who have not seen my other video about sex magic, just search there on YouTube. It's on this same page, just a couple of videos back on this YouTube page. But real quickly, what sex magic is that the belief that you can reach your inner spirit during the act of sex so wonderfully, perfectly in connection with your spirit during that moment and during that time, especially when you orgasm, because you let it, you reach this wonderful good feeling that comes from inside, I believe, which is your spirit. So what sex magic says is that during the act of sex, especially during the act of orgasm, you can actually wish for something and it'll manifest in your life. It'll come to be in your life. For example, during the act of sex, you're thinking about abundance of money. You want more money in your life. Then you're thinking about that during the act of sex, and then during the orgasm, you especially think, I have abundance of money, I love money, money loves me, money is good in my life, money is good in everybody's life, I love sharing money. If you're thinking those things during the act of sex, and especially during the act of orgasm, then it'll come to be in your life. It'll come to you. You'll attract it in your life. The money, or whatever it is that you want to attract, a boyfriend, a husband, happiness, a career, whatever. So that's what sex magic is. And according to some other people or videos on YouTube, that is black magic, or witches magic. But if you really think about it, it's not. It has to do, it can be, if, like I said, if someone is using it in a black sort of way to hurt or harm someone, or cast a spell on someone, or do something negative. But it does not necessarily have to be. It's just spirituality. It's just magic. So it depends on how you choose to use it, the sex magic. So that's what I wanted to talk about real quick and clear up from my first video, that sex magic does not have to be negative, bad, or anything, any of the above. It can be white, good, and beautiful. It's a spiritual thing, and it's just like anything spiritual. I mean, you can use it for good, or you can use it for bad. Spiritual just is. Everything just is. Money just is money. How do you want to use it? Do you want to use it for good, or do you want to use it for evil? It depends, just like everything in life. So there it is, my second video on sex magic and sex as spirituality. So that's I don't think I'm missing anything. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, that sex can be a way for an individual to come in contact and touch with their inner spirit, and it's a beautiful, wonderful thing. Of course, there are other ways that you can come in touch with that beautiful, wonderful spirit that is within you. For example, when you're just feeling so good, and some people say in the law of attraction, when you're petting your cat or your dog and you just feel so good, it's a beautiful day out, and you're loving your cat, maybe your baby, when you're have a firstborn and you're holding them in your arms and you're feeling so good. Sometimes when you're so happy that you cry of happiness, that's like getting in touch with your inner spirit. And I guess at those points you can also use that as a way to manifest things in your life. You can make wishes for more of that happiness, or more of whatever you want in your life during those moments of getting in touch with your inner spirit. Whatever, basically anything that makes you happy, not just sex. Anything that like brings tears of joy to you. I mean, that's definitely a way to get in touch with your inner spirit. And when you do that, you can ask for things that you want manifested in your life, that you want to bring to your life, and they'll come to you within hours, days, weeks, whatever. So that's just, a way of thinking.